you probably can relate with this. You're currently at a level in terms of your business, revenue, and your personal growth, and you want to reach the next level. But this gap seems enormous and insane and huge, and you're simply unable to understand how exactly can this thing be bridged. And I'm not an expert or a guru. I'm gonna be like, yeah, bro, like this is the best way to do something. But I actually figured out a two-step approach to bridge this gap. Now, this gap is universal. So, no matter who you are, this will always apply to you. Because the guy who makes like 10 times the amount of money I make, he's looking to double his business as well. The guy who's making less money than me is trying to reach the position at which I'm at right now. And I'm trying to reach the position of the guy who's making like 10 times the amount of money I'm making. So, this always exists. And this will always exist for the eternity, because humans are like uncontent creatures. We always want more and more and more. We always have more and bigger desires. So this video will genuinely help you, and this is the two-step process of actually bridging this gap. Like right now you're here at this current level where you're kind of content but not really, and this is the place where you genuinely want to reach. So how do you bridge the gap? It's pretty simple. So the reason I'm making this video, like the way I got the idea for this video, is a guy reached out to me on WhatsApp, and he was basically like, Somil, I watch your video. Like I tried your sales and platform, it's working absolutely phenomenally. Like right now I'm scraping leads from YouTube. So basically he was a video editor and he wanted to sell his video editing services. So he was going to all of these YouTube channels and he was manually like clicking on the about section of the channel. He was like opening up the profile of the YouTuber. He was going to the about section. He was clicking on more info and then extracting the email address of the YouTuber. Now, this was obviously a very time consuming process. So he reached out to me. He was like, Somil, bro, can you like tell me a extension or a scraper which you use which can do all of this work automatically? And I did not have an answer. Like I used one earlier. Like earlier I was into this business where I basically used to partner up with YouTubers, something like a growth type of a business, where I used to reach out to these YouTubers. I was like, bro, you have this insanely large, huge audience, but you're not utilizing it to the fullest extent. And if you just do XYZ thing, then you can add like $5,000, $10,000 to your monthly recurring revenue. And I'm gonna do all of this. You don't pay me anything. And I just take like 20-25% commission on the sales which are being generated via the work which I'm doing. It's a pretty good offer, and almost no one says no to that. So I had done that for a while. So I told him like, bro, you can use Apify. It has like a YouTube email extractor. And he tried it out for a day or two and he was like, bro, Somil, this is not really working, because the quality of the leads which are being generated, they're extremely poor. And out of like, let's say 100 people who I scrape the data, the emails of, only like 20 or like 15, 20 of them are actually legit. So this was causing like a lot of issues and problems for him. And one day I was randomly like scrolling YouTube. Then I remember I have this platform called Grow Me Organic, which is a very good like lead generation, lead scraping tool. Like they allow unlimited LinkedIn scraping, but they also have a extractor which basically allows you to extract emails from any web page which you're visiting, any website which you're visiting. So I just clicked on that extension. Like I don't own it. You can go like get a free trial or something. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. I do have like a basically like a partnership type of thing where it usually costs to get like the thing Grow Me Organic for $100 a month, and I can get you access for $12 a month because of the partnership and all. But yeah, I'm not affiliated, I'm not promoting it. And I just clicked on that extension and I saw hundreds of emails. Like I was on the YouTube homepage and I just searched for like, let's say, self-improvement YouTuber, just as a reference, as an example. And I clicked on that extension and I saw hundreds of different leads of these YouTubers. And I took a screenshot and I sent it to that person. I was like, damn, bro, Somil, you genuinely helped me. This is great, crazy, cool, whatever. And then he was like, is this free? I was like, yeah, they have like a 14-day free trial, something like that. You can do it. And after that, I think it's like $100 a month. So I basically told this to him. I was like, damn, bro, like everything is taking money from me. Like all of these tools, they're so expensive. I have to invest so much of money, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of annoyed me for a moment. Where I was like, bro, like you're just looking at the price or like the cost which you're paying. But look at the investment. Like basically stop looking at what you're paying and start looking at what you're getting. Like that is not even my platform. And I was like, bro, you can literally extract emails and phone numbers of anyone on LinkedIn, of any local business on the face of planet Earth, of any website. You can automate your connection requests on LinkedIn. Anything $100 a month is a lot of money for that. Long story short, he was like, Somil, I have this money problem right now. I invested all of my money. I basically had this money. I'm studying as well, so I can't ask my parents for money. I made like $1,000, $2,000, whatever, from my services, video editing and graphic design. But then basically, long story short, he had like $20 in his bank account. And he was like, Somil, I'm kind of stuck right now. And it just hit me right now. He was an exact definition of the person who I was trying to explain to you. He had the aspiration that he wants to sign these high ticket clients, he wants to make more money, he wants to generate more sales, more revenue, everything. But at the same time, he was kind of stuck. He was stuck at this place. And he did not have access to the resources which he thought would be required in order to bridge this gap. Let's be honest, both me and you, we know, like we try to tell ourselves, we don't have the resources, like the things which are required in order to bridge this gap. For example, I tell myself this constantly. I'm like, if I want to scale my business and my company right now, like I need more sales reps. Like there's just basically one person who I can give sales calls to if I don't want to take them, who can actually reliably and consistently and predictably convert those deals. But I want to scale it. I want like 2 to 5 sales reps who basically talk to people on the phone and they convert all of these different deals. And I want to hire them on like a commission basis. I want them to be genuinely good at sales, not some random retard who just shows up and he's like, yeah, bro, Somil, I can help you with sales and everything. And the objection which I give, like the excuse which I make always, is the best quality sales reps, like the people who have closed like hundreds and millions of dollars or like millions of dollars, hundreds and thousands of dollars, the type of people who I want to work in my company, they won't want to work with me because my company is not at that level yet. I'm not at like $100,000, $200,000 a month that they want to work with me because there's just not enough incentive. I have not made my product good enough that I can charge like $10,000. So if I have something for which I can comfortably charge like $10,000 and the people, they're closing the deal for $10,000, even if I pay them like $1,000, like a 10% commission or a 20% commission, now it's a lot of incentive. It's a lot of money which they can make. Imagine just speaking to someone for an hour and they pay you like $2,000 or $1,000. Now they're incentivized to work in my company. But I don't have that, so I was constantly making this excuse. Like I'm at this place and I want to, let's say, 5x my business. I need to 5x my sales for that. For that, I need to 5x the amount of appointments which are being generated. And I am obviously like a human being. I cannot take like endless, infinite appointments like sales calls every day. So I need to distribute the 5 times increase in appointments between different sales reps. And for that, I need to acquire and obtain and retain the highest quality talent. So this is a dilemma at which I was stuck. Like I am stuck currently, like not gonna lie to you. And that's the exact same thing which you're stuck with. Like that's probably the thing which you're facing as well. That guy was also facing something like not the exact same problem, but the essence was the same. I am here, I want to get here, and to get here, I need XYZ thing which I don't currently have. Which means I'm gonna be a victim and I cannot do this, and I'm stuck, I'm a crybaby, blah blah blah. For the person, it was like, bro, I need to get here where I'm generating high quality leads to whom I can reach out to every single day using email and everything. And I'm currently stuck right now. So I don't know how to do it. And because of that, like I don't have the money to invest. So I need to basically, like I cannot do it because I don't have money. And in order to bridge this gap, I need more money and all of that crap. So all of us struggle with this exact same problem. And it just reminded me of a line which Alex Hermosi always used to say. And that's a very simple line. Like it will sound way too simple for you and you'll be tempted to click off the video like this is not what I was expecting. Alex was basically like, bro, just use what you have, use what you got. And that's the exact same thing I told that person. I was like, bro, when I was broke, when I started out this done for you cold outreach, like the first client which I signed, the first appointment which I generated, I basically like went to someone's YouTube or Instagram, I don't remember exactly. And I sent them an email saying like, I noticed you're doing XYZ thing, but if you do XYZ thing differently, then you can make this amount of money. Basically, I can help you with this. I made like a full long detailed video where I basically explain all the things which I can do for you, how I can help you with XYZ thing. Is it fine if I send the video over? And basically I send this out, like this email, to like 20-30 people a day, and I had not recorded a video. But whenever I got a reply back, I used to open up my laptop, I used to open up their social media profiles, and I used to just start recording a quick Loom video. Loom is basically like a screen recording software. I probably assume you do know what Loom is. So I used to open Loom and I used to record like a 4 to a 10-minute video where I basically went over the stuff which they were doing well and the stuff which they were not doing well, and basically that. So this is what you're doing well right now. This is what you're not doing well right now. If you fix XYZ thing, then you can add this much money to your monthly recurring revenue. And if you want help with that, like you can book a call. And I was recording like 3 to 8 of these hyper personalized Loom videos. And they were getting me a lot of appointments, if I'm being honest. For example, Arpit Sharma, the famous Instagram person, like the influencer, like you see him like 800,000, 900,000 followers. He absolutely blew up. I think he got to like 800k followers in just like 150 days. So I sent out the exact same video to him on Instagram using this exact same strategy. And I sent it around 11 or 12 p.m., like 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. I don't remember exactly. And he saw it by 1 p.m. and he was like, damn, bro, like, this is genuinely insane. Like, you genuinely put so much of effort behind this. And I truly believe that this would be a good thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, are you free for the call at 2 p.m. right now? And I was like, no, I have got work and everything. So, let's connect at 7:30 p.m. So, that's how I booked the appointment with him. That's how I built like a great relationship with him too. And he's a very genuine person, a very nice friend of mine. So when I was starting out, the main essence which I'm trying to convey, I did not have money. Even if I did have money, I'm not going to lie to you and be like, yeah, I was broke and I could not afford anything. I simply did not know that it was possible. I simply did not know about mass email outreach. I did not have the knowledge or the information. But that did not mean I'm like crying over there, saying I cannot sign clients because there's no one. Like, I've not bought a course on cold email. I don't know how to cold email. I was just thinking, bro, what's an email which I would reply to? And yeah, sure, I made like a lot of mistakes. I was putting like money. I was like, I can help you add $5,000 to $10,000 to your monthly recurring revenue in like next 90 days or something. And that's a very big mistake, because if you put like dollar signs and basically currency signs, your chances of ending up in spam increases a lot because of Google's and Yahoo policies and all of that stuff. I made a lot of mistakes, but I understood I have this one thing. I had a professional domain and I had a professional Google, like a Gmail account, a professional Gmail account. And I knew that if I just send out emails, which maybe I would reply to, then I might get like a reply back from the person. And that's exactly what I did. Just send out these emails, and once they send me a reply, I recorded a hyper personalized Loom video, which I genuinely put a lot of effort into. I was thinking like, bro, even if they don't pay me, like, it's just a matter of goodwill. Like, I was way too arrogant and cocky, and I was thinking like, yeah, I'm doing like a favor to these people because they're clearly fucking stuck without me. I started this service, and that's how I signed my first fucking clients. Just putting in a lot of efforts. Now I know ways where I can like hyper personalize Loom videos, and I can produce like thousands of Loom videos like this in 1 second from the click of a button. Like the background of the person's website, like let's say my Loom video, this circle is over here, and in the background I have your website. If I want to send it to another person, like the AI automatically changes the website, and even the name can be changed. So let's say I'm saying, hi John, I found you on LinkedIn, and I want to send it to, let's say, someone called Joseph. It will automatically be like, hey Joseph, I just found you on LinkedIn. And that is run using AI. So now I have the tool, but that requires money. That requires information. I paid money to learn about it. I paid Charlie Morgan some money to learn about this stuff, like the system, the exact process of building out this machine on his course, like Easy Grow program. You can just check it out. It's a pretty good course, not affiliated or anything. I paid money. I have to pay money every single month to keep the subscription, basically everything running. And it's like, I have the funds right now. I don't have time. But if you have time and you don't have funds, you can send like hyper personalized Loom videos. And I will be honest with you, this AI generated Loom video, it will never be as good as like a hyper personalized video which you record manually for every single person. This is pretty good. I'll say like 60 to 80% as good as a hyper personalized Zoom video which you record yourself. But AI can never be better than a human being right now, at least. Maybe in the future it might. So if you don't have funds right now, just use what you currently have. That's exactly what I did. And that's exactly what I told the person. Like, if you have the funds, like, fucking record hyper personalized videos for each and every single person you're trying to reach out to. And that's the thing. Like, Alex Hormozy advice, use what you fucking have. If you don't have money, you have time. So use the time and just do the manual works. Like, just put in the fucking repetitions. But if you don't have time, you have money. There's no person who has both time and money at the same time. Either you're broke with a lot of time, or you're rich with very low time. So if you're rich, then use money to buy up your time. And if you have a lot of time and you have no money, use your time to make money. Which brings me to the second point. Like, okay, cool, Sommel, I'm using what I have basically. But surely, in order to bridge this gap fully, I need to acquire more skills. I need to upskill myself. And you're absolutely correct. If you think you can attain anything without learning any skills, with being the exact same jackass douchebag which you are currently, I think you're pretty wrong. I think you've been brainwashed maybe by the wrong influencers or something like that. Maybe there's something which is wrong with you, because that's absolutely not the case. And any person who's telling you that is just out there lying to you. But what I want you to realize is, I'll give you a simple example, because stories always resonate and convey the points much better than just me speaking about, like, yapping about shit like all the fucking gurus you see on the internet. So Sahil Kasane is this guy who does like hundreds and thousands of dollars in revenue. You can search him up on Instagram. And I actually spoke to him like a pretty long time ago, like 6 months ago, maybe. I don't remember exactly. In 2024 or 2023, I spoke to him around like June or July. So after that, I actually liked the guy a lot. He was having a, like, basically reached out to me at that point of time. I had another YouTube channel before this, and he booked a call with me. I had a Calendly link, so he booked a call with me over there, and he was basically like, Somil, I'm at somewhere between $60,000 to $70,000 in monthly recurring revenue in my agency, and I've tried to scale it to like $100,000, $120,000, but the amount of profit which I make, that stays exactly the same. So he had an agency called clipcrafter.co, and he was making like $60,000, $70,000, out of which like $20,000 to $35,000 was profit, like 50-60K revenue and 20-35K profit. And when he scaled the revenue by increasing the amount of money he was putting into ads, he scaled the revenue to 100K, 120K, but the profit remained the same. And he booked the call with me for that. And I told him like directly, like, bro, like, I've never made that much amount of money. Like, I'm not an ads expert. So I told him clearly, like, I've not done this for anyone. So yeah, just, I cannot help you with this. But then I learned about him. I was like, bro, like, you're clearly making more money than me. So can you please teach me, like, what would you do differently if you were my age, everything, blah, blah, blah. He was like, bro, you're 18 right now. Like, I was 18 at that time. And you're extremely young. I'm 26 right now. So you have a lot of time. And it's actually great what you're doing at your age. So just continue doing this, like, continue moving forward, ahead, and everything. And soon it will work out for you. I was just watching a podcast he had today, and he constantly stressed on one point. He was like, I have changed so many different services. He had his own agency. So he started with maybe like video editing, then he sold AI chatbots as well, then he sold lead generation as well, appointment setting as well, AI appointment setting as well. He sold this different variation, like this whole spectrum of different services. And you might be wondering, what he probably did was, let's say he was selling video editing and he decided to move into AI chatbots. He learned how to build an AI chatbot, and then he started selling that. He was like, no, I always reached out to people using LinkedIn, Facebook groups, cold emails, cold DMs, everything. And once I had signed a client, once someone had paid me money for the service which I was about to render to them, only then, once the money had been credited into my bank account, did I even start learning how to deliver that. So he gave the example that he signed an e-commerce company for email marketing. He was like, I did not even know how to like freaking copy and paste text on the computer. And all I did was I watched a course, and whatever the person was teaching to me in the course, I applied it directly, exactly Once the invoice was paid, like someone paid him like $250. So once the money had been credited into his bank account, then he learned the email marketing, and then he started like delivering and fulfilling the services. And he was like, no matter what service I'm trying to sell, no matter what I'm trying to do, till the time someone has not paid me the money, I won't learn it. And I'm pretty sure he delivers extremely good results, because that's why his agency is making like so much of money. The point I'm trying to convey is not to be like a retard who's like, yeah, bro, I'm just gonna take money, take money, take money, and I'm not gonna deliver any services. Just look at the psychology of the person. He had faith and confidence in his ability that I can learn the skill in the next couple of days if I dedicate everything I have to this. Andrew Tate is another genius example. He had his own company, I think like a television advertising company. He used to cold call all the people who basically put out adverts in the newspapers, because then it meant they had a advertising budget. And Tate used to call all of these people up, book them, convert them into meetings, and close like high ticket deals on the phone. Maybe sometimes even fly to their offices and their locations in London or whatever place they were operating out of. He closed deals worth like hundreds and thousands of dollars. I think he shared the story of closing a deal for like $300,000. And I think, like, I might be wrong, don't know the story exactly. He got like $300,000, and he did not even know how to deliver the service. But he just went there full of confidence and pitched it with so much of conviction and answered all of the questions and everything. And once the money was credited into his bank account, then he quickly learned the skills and he fulfilled on the promise which he made. The point I'm trying to convey is learning skills is not as difficult as you think it is. If you genuinely dedicate like 1 to 7 days, once again, credit goes to Sam Owens. He was like, so many people, they identify opportunities, like good opportunities, like this is a genuine 10 out of 10 opportunity which can help me and my business and everything. And then they do not use that opportunity just because they don't know how to do it currently. Like, I'll give my example. It just been going on in the back of my head. For example, I'm not good with meta ads, and I know for a certainty that the AI systems which I currently have, if someone, like, if I just knew how to make, if I just learned meta ads and I was very good at meta ads, I can make a shitload of money. Like, if I just figure out meta ads once, I know I can literally become a millionaire this year without a fucking doubt. And at the same time, I can make hundreds and thousands of businesses millionaires as well. Because if I learn how to run meta ads currently, and I have my own AI system, so basically I'm planning, this is what I'm planning to do, is I'm gonna be running like lead form ads. Basically, you see those ads where you click on learn more, and after that you enter your phone number, your name, and your email address. So basically, I'm planning if that I'll run these ads, I'll run a picture ad, and then someone will enter their info. Then I'll reach out to them using WhatsApp, using AI, qualify them using AI and everything, and convert them into a meeting, ensure they actually show up on the meeting. And I'm going to be converting these left, right, and center. And I can do it for any business, literally any business. But the only constraint right now is I don't know meta ads. And once again, like, we stop ourselves. Like, I know my potential is over here, but I'm stopping myself here because I don't know meta ads. But the thing is, meta ads is not magic or something. I just built this illusion in my head that meta ads is extremely difficult. Exactly the way I thought outreach was very difficult. I used to think LinkedIn is very difficult. LinkedIn outreach is difficult. Twitter is difficult. Instagram outreach is difficult. Cold email is difficult. Everything is difficult. SMS outreach is difficult. WhatsApp outreach is difficult. But when I finally did it, like, all I've done is watch a couple of tutorials on YouTube, maybe watch some blogs and try to use my own brain. Ask ChatGPT, DeepSeek. Now Alibaba also released their AI, like Quen.ai, something like that. So just use these different tools and basically just figure out and just try out some shit. And that's how I figured out all these complex systems. I used to think it's going to be extremely difficult. For example, webhooks. Webhooks, if you don't like, just leave it. But those who know about webhooks know what I'm speaking about. So I thought webhooks would be extremely complicated. Webhooks are basically like, let's say I have an app and you have an app, and you're like, I'll give a simple example, it will illustrate the point. So there's this payment provider which I use, and I want to integrate it with my own platform, SalesGen platform, so that basically whenever someone has paid an invoice, I would, like, my platform would know that this person has paid an invoice for this exact thing, and I could automate the onboarding process and the service delivery process. So webhook is basically the platform, like the payment processor platform. Whenever a payment is processed, whenever someone has paid me money, it's gonna send an instruction to my platform, and that thing is basically called a webhook. So basically, whenever someone has paid and the instruction is sent, that thing, the sending or the transmission of information, that is known as a webhook. So I thought webhooks would be extremely complicated. I could never automate it, blah, blah, blah. But I just figured it out. I spent like 30, 45 minutes yesterday just trying it out, figuring out different stuff, reading the documentation, API documentation, reading how exactly webhooks work. And after 30 to 45 minutes, I kind of figured it out. Not fully though, but I'm 70 to 80% of the way there. I thought this skill is going to be extremely complicated. I don't have a coding background. I did not have like science or coding, all of that crap in school. And I did not go to university, so I don't know how to code. I don't have a developer or a technical background. But if I, someone who's quote unquote uneducated because he did not go to college, if I can figure it out, why can you not figure it out? Why can you not figure it out? Because it's not that difficult. Learning skills is not that difficult. But we stop ourselves, we lay ourselves in the ground that, bro, I cannot do it because I don't know this one skill. When in reality, learning skills is fucking easy and simple as fuck. Like, just try to think. We think making a plane is going to be extremely complicated, and I know it's complicated. But there are people who existed hundreds of years before us who did that exact same thing. And he was a human being. He had a brain exactly like mine and yours. He was a human being like us. The people who built out this hotel, the person who built out this fucking iPhone in which I'm recording, the person who created this fucking fabric from H&M, they were humans as well. The person who developed the airplane, the person who developed electricity, he was a human being as well. The person who developed these windows, the person who, like, there's a mountain in front of me and there are houses on top of the mountain. The person who used the brain to figure out how exactly can this be done, like building a house on a slope, he was a human being at the end of the day. And if he can do it, why can't we do it? I mean, all of us are human beings and we have the exact same, like, access to the exact same things which all the genius people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos had access to. They learned the skills. There's no one to teach Elon Musk how to put like a rocket in Mars. He's just figuring it out. Imagine Elon Musk sitting and crying like there's no person who has ever put humanity to Mars. And that means like the skill is difficult and I don't know that skill. So I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna curl up like a ball and I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sleep in my pillows. That's gonna be kind of shitty and stupid, right? He's like, I don't have this skill yet. I'm currently here where there's no humans on Mars. And I want to reach this place where there are humans on Mars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using exactly what I currently have. I have XYZ technology right now, but I would probably need ABC technology too to reach Mars. So I'm going to develop that. I'm going to figure out, are there other people who have figured it out like ABC technology? Are there people or countries or entities or institutions who have figured this shit out? And I'm just going to see what exactly are they doing. Even if they have not figured it out, even if no one has figured this out yet, which is very unlikely. Obviously, Elon Musk is a different case, but in your case, like, someone has probably figured out what you want to do. And if they can do it, like, you can do it as well. But Elon Musk would probably be like, bro, I can just learn it. I can just try and fail and not do the thing which went wrong and do the thing which went right. And over a long enough period of time, I'm going to figure this shit out. And this process, like, if we see, like, logically, is being used by Elon Musk to make money, to make his grand visions and dreams a reality. So what makes you think the guy who's making less than like $1 million a year, what makes you think that this won't work for you? I'm pretty sure it can. And I'm pretty sure it will. This is the exact process which I'm using. Whatever I don't know, either I start with what I have, I get started with that. And the things which I don't know, which I need in order to bridge this gap between the place where I want to be and the place at which I am at currently, I just learn the skills. And it's not very difficult. I just look at the people who have done what I want to do. I funnel ask them, I see what exactly they're doing. And once I have it figured out, it's not very difficult to progress and keep on progressing one day at a time. That's all I had. If you're making less than $1,000, $2,000 a month, first link in the description If you're making more than that, like go to the second link and you can watch a video explaining how I can help you, and you can see if you would benefit from working with me. A lot of cool stuff in the description. Yeah, bye, take care.